final roll of the dice by the British Prime Minister. Theresa May unveils what she's calling a new Brexit deal and warns MPs they have one last chance to leave the European Union. Now, the bill contains a raft of concessions to try and break the deadlock in Parliament, and chief among them, the promise to give Westminster a vote on whether to hold a second referendum. Theresa May laid out fresh pledges on workers' rights, environmental provisions and the backstop arrangement over the Irish border. She also called for a temporary customs relationship with the European Union. Now, the Prime Minister was unequivocal, saying there is no option but for lawmakers to meet her in the middle. Take a listen.
I say with conviction to every MP of every party, I have compromised. Now I ask you to compromise too. We've been given a clear instruction by the people we are supposed to represent. So help me find a way to honour that instruction, move our country and our politics forward and build the better future that all of us want to see.
Well, Phil Black is here, was listening to that speech. And Phil, what did you make of it? Because here she's saying, I've made compromise. This is your time to also make a compromise. From what you're seeing, are MPs backing her deal?
So it's her last chance, because she's already said she's going to go after this vote. It's a desperate attempt to try and win support across the House. She's presented little morsels. That's what these concessions are, to try and build cross-party support. In the hope also of not losing some of the support she already has. So that's the delicate, if not almost impossible, balance that she's trying to manage here. And certainly it seems that from within her own party, the hard Brexiteer wing, they're pretty outraged. They're saying that this is even more confusing, more of a mess, more of a dog's breakfast. I think we can, as an example of this, show a tweet here from Boris Johnson, the former Foreign Secretary, the man who is highly tipped to replace Theresa May. This is what he said. With great reluctance, I backed meaningful vote 3. Now we are being asked to vote for a customs union and a second referendum. The bill is directly against our manifesto, and I will not vote for it. We can and must do better and deliver what the people voted for. What he's saying there is that these concessions are simply a bridge too far, even though that these concessions are not what the people who are looking for these sorts of concessions ultimately want. So, for example, on another referendum, those who want another referendum, they want the guarantee of another referendum, not just the chance to vote on another referendum. OK,
so you've talked a bit about where some within her own party stand. Where does Labour stand on this? Because it seems she's making a lot of concessions to almost help Labour, to kind of almost go halfway.
So the leadership of the main opposition parties, including Labour, they haven't responded to this in a very warm way. But this was never really designed to attract the support of the leadership. This is about peeling off individual Labour members or other party members in the hope that she can build a majority that is just big enough to get the withdrawal agreement over the line. Though. It is indeed. But at this late stage, having had her deal voted down 3 times in its very pure form, when she was just trying to attract really just Conservative Party support or support from her more traditional political allies, she now says she knows she can't do it that way. The only chance she has is to build a wider base of support, something that just gets it over the line.
OK, and if it doesn't get over the line, what are we looking at here?
Then, well, as I say, she's already said she's going to go. There would be even greater pressure for her to go, and to go quickly, because that's also one of her other challenges in pulling this off now. Her authority is already deemed to have been eroded. The fact that she's already said she's on her way out, there are members of her own party who want her gone tomorrow. And so there's a theory that some of them are going to vote this down quickly and hard in the hope of really speeding that process along so that they can get one of their own hardline Brexiteers into the leadership of the party and as the new Prime Minister.
For our viewers watching from right around the world and having been following 3 years of negotiations, of not indecisive, not going anywhere, who benefits from this? Because we've heard from some MPs within her party, the kind of hardline, they don't want this. Labour might play tough on this because maybe they want a general election. And those who want a second referendum, and like you clearly said, they might not even get a chance of a second referendum. So who benefits
Well,
here?
in theory, only Theresa May.
Her legacy.
Her legacy. She wants to secure her legacy, secure the fact that she delivered on the mandate of the referendum that was held years ago now, and she wants to be able to do that and then move away. But you're right, it's in the interest of many people here not to vote for this, particularly the people in her own party who want to see her gone and replaced with someone who's going to take a much stronger line on Brexit, stands a much greater chance of delivering the sort of Brexit, the purer Brexit they want. And for the opposition party, they don't see how supporting Theresa May in this way gives them what they want, which is a general election and a shot at power. So it is a last-minute, desperate attempt by Theresa May. And at this stage, there's no reason to believe it's going to work. But look, she's got about a week to try and sell it. And she just has to try and pull away enough votes to get it over the line.
How many times have we said it's the last-ditch attempt by Theresa May? How has she been able to? Too many. We'll probably be here for the next few weeks. Thank you very much, Phil Black.